title says there's no misinformation, disinformation. There's only truth and lies. And what we call misinformation or lies does not build us up. It actually tears us all apart. And then if you look at the American family, we seem to be divided. And every day, every news article, everything that happens in the news cycles, it always seems to be dividing us. There's this song that I like, explains it. It says, the song says, every generation blames the one before when all of their frustrations come beating at their door. And then later on, another verse says, I wasn't there that morning when my father passed away. I didn't get to tell him all the things I had to say. And the song laments a son not being able to tell his father everything that he wanted to tell him. Talks about the division between the father and a son, ideas that they had. Imagine if a father and son are divided in ideas, imagine how much more a brother and brothers are, a mother and a daughter, father and son, brother and brother. And that's what we're seeing in the American landscape right now. Division between brother and brother. Our neighbors, we should be united, but we are very divided. Take any news, for example, any news, the news of today. Today's Thursday. Today's Thursday, March the 16th. And all the news articles, the Russian spraying over an American drone plane over Crimea, or different government officials telling how they're going to handle the transgenderism education or critical race theory. Everything seems to be dividing the American landscape, pro and con. And I really believe this is not what's dividing us. And I'm going to talk about it, and if anybody wants to make a question or a comment about it. But I really think what's dividing us is lies, untruths. I really am of the opinion that there is no misinformation or disinformation. There's only lies and untruths or half-truths. And let me give an illustration of that. Today we have some of our brothers and sisters here in America who teach that 2 plus 2 equals 5. Or they teach that a man can get pregnant. This will end up inevitably destroying, if not destroying, but hurting us in many ways. For example, 2 plus 2 equals 5. How would you like to drive on that bridge, the 2 plus 2 equals 5 bridge? I invite you, get on that bridge, the engineer who was educated in believing that 2 plus 2 equals 5. Let him be a mechanic on your plane, train, automobile. We're building a recipe for disaster. Now, we talked about the transgenderism. What's going to happen to our families 10, 20 years down the road? Just like these kids who are educated in bad math, what's going to happen to our roads, our bridges, our infrastructure when we can't get basic math right? So I think there's a solution for that. And we're going to have to ask our brothers and sisters who are educating our younger ones and teaching our older ones these things to really consider not doing that. They're not building a better America. They're not building a better neighborhood. They're not building a better family, teaching children that 2 plus 2 equals 5, or that a man can have offspring, can give birth to. This is not going to lead to a solid foundation. This is not what we could build as strong families with. This is part of the process of dividing us, because sometimes lies are taught as truths. And so part of the process of changing and correcting it, I believe, is a lot of our brothers and sisters, we're going to have to ask your help to come clean and say, you know what? I was part of this problem. I was teaching kids this, or I was teaching and preaching these values, and I was wrong. So that's all I have. I wanted to share that part that lies and falsehoods, not information or disinformation, is what's hurting our country. Thank you.